Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on March 21, 2023. Weather tracker, sea surface temperatures hit record high. Jeffrey Woodker and Olivier Dubois finally freed in West Africa. BBC, US aid worker and French journalist freed after years held hostage in Africa. The Guardian, journalist and aid worker freed in Mali after years as hostages. Euronews, kidnapped US aid worker Jeffrey Woodker finally freed after 6 years captive in West Africa. The Independent, kidnapped American aid worker Jeffrey Woodker has been freed from Niger, USA Today. The stuff was illegally dug up, New York's Met Museum sees reputation erode over collection practices. The Guardian, more than 1,000 artifacts in Metropolitan Museum of Art catalog linked to alleged looting and trafficking figures. ICIJ.org, Nepal wants a sacred necklace returned. But a major museum still keeps it on display. ProPublica, questions shadow these items from a renowned art collection. Uproar at White House press briefing as reporters turn on journalist who held up Ted Lasso cast appearance. The Independent, White House, reporters push back on disruptive journalist at press briefing. The Hill, reporters shout down colleague who repeatedly disrupts White House press briefing. DeSantis defended Trump, then took a dig at porn star Hush Money. What's his strategy? BBC, Ron DeSantis takes swipe at Donald Trump. The Times, Trump launches furious lewd, homophobic attack on DeSantis as Florida governor muted on indictment. The Independent, DeSantis accuses prosecutors of pursuing a political agenda in Trump probe. MSNBC, Ron DeSantis breaks silence on Trump indictment with quiet dig at alleged affair with Stormy Daniels. Biden orders release of intelligence on potential links between COVID and Wuhan lab. The Guardian, Biden signs bill to declassify intelligence on origins of COVID-19. Anadolu Agency, English, Biden signs bill on COVID origins declassification. The Independent, Biden signs bill requiring declassification of COVID origins information. Reuters.com, Joe Biden signs law declassifying intel on COVID origin and Wuhan link. What a man freed from a 241-year prison sentence finds strangest of all. Iran rights violations amount to crime against humanity, says UN expert. The Guardian, Iran violations may amount to crimes against humanity, UN expert. BBC, HRC 52, interactive dialogue with the special reporter on Iran. Gov. UK, UN. Expert says Iran violations may be crimes against humanity. Reuters, US outlines Iran abuses including torture in annual report. Pro-Trump witness testifies in hush money case. BBC, New York grand jury to hear new testimony in Trump hush money probe as he calls for protests. CBS News, Michael Cohen to return to Manhattan District Attorney's office as rebuttal witness in Trump investigation. The Independent, panic, Trump melting down over imminent arrest says star witness Cohen. Kenya protests, Raila Odinga's convoy tear-gassed in Nairobi. Russia-Ukraine war live, Russian cruise missiles destroyed in Crimea, says Ukraine, Xi and Putin to hold formal talks. The Guardian, Ukraine says Russian missiles destroyed in Crimea. BBC, Russia-Ukraine war s, Japan's PM Kishida to visit Kyiv, meet with Ukraine President Zelensky. Times of India, Russia-Ukraine war at a glance. What we know on day 391 of the invasion. The Guardian, Ukraine's main intelligence directorate, blasts in Jankoy Herald, deoccupation of Crimea. XXXTentacion killing, 3 men guilty of murder of US rapper in Florida in 2018. Sky News, XXXTentacion, 3 men found guilty of murdering rapper in 2018. BBC, 3 men found guilty of murdering rapper XXXTentacion. Evening Standard, XXXTentacion, 3 men found guilty of murdering rapper. The Guardian, XXXTentacion, jury finds 3 men guilty for 2018 murder of Florida rapper. World can still avoid worst of climate collapse with genuine change, IPCC says. The Guardian, UN climate report, scientists release survival guide to avert climate disaster. BBC, UN climate report, scientists release survival guide to avert climate disaster. BBC News. BBC News, as Pacific Islanders, we bear the brunt of the climate crisis. The time to end fossil fuel dependence is now. The Guardian, our choices as consumers will determine how much greenhouse gas emissions occur. How Stormy Daniels became one of the most powerful people in politics. The Independent, is Donald Trump about to be arrested? Channel 4 News, Trump sweats an arrest. We should sweat a second term. US urges Xi to press Putin over war crimes in Ukraine. BBC, Putin to Xi. We will discuss your plan to end the war in Ukraine. BBC, hear what Xi said to Putin during critical meeting. CNN, Xi and Putin in Moscow, a warmonger versus a strategist. Bloomberg, the real meaning of Xi's visit to Putin. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.